From child star to crypto billionaire who's become so expert in the field, he's meeting with world leaders who want to begin accepting digital currency in their respective countries. Brock Pierce is at El Salvador's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where he's leading an official delegation of Bitcoin ambassadors to help the nation kick off its crypto strategy. Joining us live now from the National Palace at San Salvador, chairman of the Blockchain Foundation and crypto entrepreneur, Brock Pierce. Brock, welcome. Thrilled you're here. What happened at the meeting?
Well, I'm so glad to be here. We're not at the palace. We're actually up at the volcano right now, but we're still here in San Salvador.
What's
happened is we met with a number of ministers, secretaries from the central bank to investment, to energy, Justice Department. Where we're here as a group of people trying to understand as much as we possibly could about what is happening here, to understand their objectives, their needs, to see how we can be of service in helping them meet their objectives, which is financial inclusion. 70% of the population here do not have financial tools. There's an opportunity to bring a lot of people out of poverty, to upgrade the energy grid with geothermal so that they can have abundant, cheap, clean energy. Wonderful things in store.
Well, are the people of El Salvador ready for this? Are they open to this idea? I understand there's some beta tests in some of the seaside, the beach towns in El Salvador, but you gotta give me some examples of how they're actually using Bitcoin, which, is $37,000 and change at the moment.
Yes, you correctly point out Bitcoin Beach. That's where a lot of the activity is. Street vendors, everybody's starting to use it. And the government's new Bitcoin law is going to be fully implemented in 81 days. And so that's why we're here, figuring out what can we do, building a task force to help put together the right services, the right infrastructure to make this happen and to create an optimal outcome. And everyone's figuring it out. But the approval rating of the president here is at 92%. And that's because of the incredible work that's been done. And so the people are trusting that leadership. And that's what's allowed this courageous sort of event to occur. The fortune favors the bold. The future belongs to the bold. And I commend this president. I commend this government for recognizing that innovation, the world is changing, and we have to adapt to it if we wish to be the beneficiaries of it. Wonderful things here, and we're going to be back. This isn't my first. This is my first trip, and clearly will not be the last. And some of us are going to stick behind, and we'll be working all the way through into September.
Well, Nayib Bukele, the president, has become sort of a crypto hero. You got to tell me, though, about the situation with the World Bank. The World Bank has said, hands off, it's not going to assist El Salvador in transitioning, implementing Bitcoin. But their point is this environmental issue, which, of course, Elon Musk complained about because it does take voluminous amounts of energy in certain cases to mine Bitcoins. I know, but people are shaking their heads right now saying, I don't get it. Part of me doesn't get it, Brock, but what happens if you don't get the help from the World Bank?
Well, hopefully other sources of revenue arrive. Right now, the meetings here, I think it's the Bitcoin miners are the ones that are likely going to be financing a lot of the energy infrastructure and upgrade to make it clean, to make it abundant, to make it cheap. And so if industries such as ours can bring that direct foreign investment here, it doesn't really matter where the money comes from. Revenue is revenue is revenue. And the private sector here, working with the public sector, may be able to fill in for that gap. I clearly hope that the World Bank and the IMF continue to support this nation. But if for whatever reason they don't, I hope others rise to that occasion to support this government and its leadership focused on creating a more equitable society and a country that is embracing the future.
Brock, please keep us posted. You're down there in San Salvador, really kind of making history. We'll be watching it very closely. Brock Pierce.